putting that in.
Hey everyone, in the video today we're going to head out across the lake in the kayak. I'm going to try and access a hidden waterfall that I've never actually seen before. I've never even seen a photograph of this thing. All I know is looking at the topographic map, there's a waterfall across the lake out here. So I'm curious to go check it out and see what it's like. I'm joined by my friend Caleb. He's the man behind the camera for the channel. And yeah, we're just looking forward to having a fun adventure. So hopefully we find something interesting. Let's go. So definitely not bringing the camera bag itself because there's not quite the room on the kayak. The essentials. Not much camera gear in the dry bag. Gonna bring some gloves because it's cold. The old safety vest for obvious reasons. And the man with the plan. Gonna bring some food over or a few snacks, yeah. I think snacks is always a good idea. What do we got? Might just go for an apple and a mandarin. That'll do us. There's one thing that I always put first in my life, and that's safety. Safety first.
Yeah, I just haven't only got it wrapped around.
A little bit too much breakfast. Spin around so you can help on. Woo. Make Caleb do all the work back there. So quite excited by that fog that's hanging in there. I guess the hope for today is to either create a forest image, not necessarily a waterfall. I'm just hoping there's a lot of cascades in there, but I really don't have any preconceived ideas here. It's more just the curiosity. I think that's the funnest part of photography, really, just that exploration and being surprised by nature. We've got all the right elements though with this fog. Eventually the sun is obviously going to crest over. You can see the lights coming down, so it'd be great to get in there in that moment as the sun hits the fog. So we better keep paddling. I'd love it if there was some cascades or something coming down from this fall, cascades through the forest. But we'll see. We're trying to speed up a bit now to race the sunlight because it would be great to be in there when the sun finally hits this fog. So we're starting to approach the area now. We can actually hear the fall, but it's a gorge there. It's a bit hard to see at the moment, but promising to hear the water. That's a good sign. This time of year, it's winter, so I didn't know how much of this was just fed from the snowmelt. Sometimes when you get those cold temperatures, some waterfalls will obviously just freeze right up, but you can hear it, so it's getting me pretty excited already. So this is the outlet here from the creek. So we're just going to follow the creek up now and hopefully it starts to get interesting. Good timing. Still don't have the sun coming in there, but it's not far away, so it'll be good to get up and start exploring just before we start to get that harsh light. There he is, hard at work. So we decided to skim around. We didn't follow the creek from the start. We thought we'd try shortcut it, going around the edge, and now we're gonna go inwards. And we'll see. There's some nice light coming in, but it will get harsh quite quick. So So now it's watching and observing really, and just seeing what jumps out at us. I'm excited to see what we find. Just got to remember how to get out of here. One good thing is we can hear the water, so that makes life easier. Wow, this forest is prehistoric. Beautiful. Look at that. Not too boggy. That helps. Get straight in. Yeah, I reckon it might just be easier to follow it upwards. It's not too deep.
Oh, she's a slippery one.
Plenty of this bush lawyer.
Yeah.
Making a nice ripping sound. So this is the bush lawyer. These little barbs.
Thorny.
We're gonna try go through the bush and around because the creek is just full of logs. But yeah, don't want too many.
What if we go up on that side? It looks almost deceptively, but it looks thinner.
I think it's worth trying.
Like, I reckon there is a track in there somewhere where it's just like we'd have to walk all the way back through that to try and even figure out where it is.
Yeah, we should be able to latch onto a deer track or something. Now. Ah, what a day. Minor setbacks. Oh, more logs, beautiful. I love more logs.
Really hard to figure out
Jeez. I reckon back down here, man, back on the creek. It looks more open. It's getting louder. It's getting a lot greener as well, so definitely getting close. Ooh, it looks like it could be quite a gorge. We might not even be able to see the base after all. Oh man. The colours, the greens with that water. Let's see what we have. Oh, that water is divine. Look at that. Wow. Oh no, that's deep at the front there. That's swimming territory. Look how green that is. Oi! Wow. That is so deep right there. That's above head high. What a tease. That is beautiful though. Wow. What a spot. So photography wise, that is quite a challenge to photograph if I wanted to photograph the waterfall itself, because it's getting obviously blocked by the entrance there, and then that water's over head high, and we're in winter, so it's obviously you know, quite a mish to get any closer. Spectacular nonetheless.
How good is the rock climbing?
Yeah, well that's it. We'd have maybe up and over, but I just don't know if there's any perspective anyway that's going to be worthwhile. How nice is that water? Yeah, that side, bush bash over.
But you're right, I don't know what's down there.
Perspective wise, it could be a really weird angle. I don't think
it could be really cool. It's just, there's not enough space.
Exactly.
If it was like way more, let's say that wall was out here, you'd have way more of a...
Yeah, it's a pretty small, almost like a fisheye. It's the unknown, isn't it? But so wet. Like, you start climbing some of that stuff with those wet logs and rocks. I do love some of the creek though, you know. I wasn't looking too closely, but there was some beautiful stuff, especially looking back towards the sun. So
Did you go?
I saw that, like it was there already. So this is one of the things you encounter as a photographer, where you go to a location, you're obviously going to hopefully create an image. And sometimes it's just not, maybe you're not feeling it. The conditions aren't doing what you want, whatever it is. And you have that point of, do you force an image or do you just enjoy the place? And over the years, a long time ago, I learned the value in just enjoying the place for what it is, instead of stressing about creating a photograph and forcing a photograph. So not really overly thinking about photography now, but I'm going to keep exploring the general area. There's some nice light and mist. If something jumps out at me, it does. And look, obviously you can always create an image, but is it an image that's meaningful to you? Is it something that you think adds value to, you know, the work you've already created in the past? Those are the things that I consider. I don't really see the point in just shooting a frame just for the sake of it. But what a place. Look at that atmosphere now of that sun coming through. Wow.
Kia ora guys. So while Will is down exploring around the bottom of the waterfall, the inner explorer in me wants to see if I can actually get to the top of this waterfall and maybe have a look at what it looks like. I have no idea if I'm going to be successful at all, but we'll give it a shot. Not sure if you guys can see that, but there's like a, I mean it's old, but it's fairly well defined trail of sorts, almost like an animal or something's, you see, sort of created it there. You see a bit of displaced vegetation, so that's all I've been following up. Getting pretty high up in the bush though. See if we pop out anywhere soon. It's definitely type 2 fun here. Juggling just dense ferns and bush lawyer and rotting logs. All sorts of good stuff. Woo! Getting pretty. How's that for a catch?
So this is peak performance right here. Just went for a good old tumble. I was already sitting down and lost the balance. I was just looking at this beautiful scene with that light, the cascades, the arching tree. Been humbled by the river, by the rocks. Oh. Caleb's gone for a little exploration to see if he can get closer to that waterfall. Oh man.
Alright, so I think we've found it. I had to detour and backtrack a little bit. I think that'll do it. Probably about as far as I can go safely. Yeah, good to get up here, but I think time to head back down. See if Will's found anything photo worthy.
The way that light is bouncing off the water, that looks incredible. So super wide here, 12 mil. Look at those beams. I just love the light reflecting up off the surface there. Just need to get frame. Look at these ferns, guys. Beautiful. Look at that colour. the light is shining off the water and then gently hitting some of these ferns. That's so nice. It's one of those ones that's to look at is mind-blowing, but then getting it in a frame is a different story. Might have something here.
Reckon you got something?
Yeah. Been drawn in by that mist and light on the trees, and the pool of water is just spectacular. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm actually using these ferns here strategically as like a little bit of a cave, like a frame. And yeah, everything's just kind of leading into that light. It's a pretty bright type of image because there is a lot of light on the water, but yeah, I think I'm liking this, and it's kind of telling the story of the place, just getting the combination. Look at that light and mist. I think that was the shot. The colours in that are just, they're happy colours, so beautiful. I think I've got something there, from what I can see. You know, managed to, I believe, get an image there that I'm going to hang on to. I was having some fun by the creek and those rocks earlier on, but then finally just reacting to the light with those ferns looking back towards the sun. Just goes to show that if you just take your time. That I didn't find that image till after a good 45 minutes to an hour of just walking around this little 50-metre radius and just soaking it up, just watching, taking it in. Love it. Stoked. Oh man, look at that light. It just doesn't stop. So good. Been a beautiful morning. Hopefully the lake hasn't chopped up so we get a nice calm paddle back. Head home and have some breakfast. To me this is, I've always loved this type of scenery even since I was a child. Just the greens and doesn't get any better. Look at Caleb over there, that's insane. It's all worth it just to look at that. That's incredible. That light and mist. This is why being a photographer is amazing, because you get to see this stuff. If you get an image, that's just a bonus. But look at that. And who knows when the last human was here. This is just right out there. It's so special, you can feel it. It's just untouched. Happy days. We spoke about fog and sunlight earlier on, but I wasn't expecting this. All that mist getting cleared up. You!
Never ends, does it?
It doesn't end. Shoot till the battery dies. Pretty harsh light now. It's just so beautiful to look at. Get a good painting in here. It's just, There's a kayak. Still glassy, so should be a nice little paddle back.
That's such a crack.
Oh no. Is the bung in? Should be. I pulled a few out but popped them back in.
Oh, that one's out.
Oh, it needs to be pushed in a bit more, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a bit late now.
Definitely not as calm as this morning. Definitely a few more bumps on the way out. Safe to say the underwear is saturated on the both of us. Beautiful.